Well, hello, how you guys doing? Hope you're doing fine out here. I was strolling through my videos on my tablet, and something kind of pop up that kind of arranged. But I'm gonna play a part of a video by Dennis Sterling. Just a part of it. I'm not. Then I'm gonna make my comments after this video. Because they've been subjected to prior to having her husband 140 times. Oh, before you say she did it out of self-defense, no. She stabbed him because he filed for a divorce. Hold on. That's the beginning of his video. And the only reason I support aborting a black child when it comes to it being male is because when I look at the black community and the problems in it, it's associated with males and male pathology. When you talk about violence, it's associated with the males. When you talk about the women being forced upon, it's the males. When you talk about drugs, it's the males. When you talk about the fatherless children, it's the males. Every single problem that is happening in the black community, you point to the males and then you have the culprit. So for me, I think that not selectively breeding is very irresponsible when you are the only one who has control over who gets to earth. Your womb, it carries the person to earth. So if you're the only one with that power, regardless of whatever he wants, I feel like if black men want black women to give birth to their children, then they need to act like it. They need to go out, they need to clean the community up, they need to stick around, raise their children, stop being violent, stop forcing themselves upon women, stop toe tagging us every 5.5 hours, and then we won't have a problem with having your children. If they were being responsible, this conversation wouldn't be happening, right?
Black man tripping. Do you mean tripping when he kills us every 5.5 to 6 hours every single day?
So, according to Ebony, black women do not kill black men. It's black men that are killing black women. And I see that a lot of these women say that every 5.5 hours that there is a murder of a black woman that's being committed by a black man. So I decided, let's see what the Department of Justice has to say. They have statistics. So let's take a look at that. So according to the Department of Justice and the characteristics of the domestic violence victims, 54.9% of those victims are male, 45.1% are female, and of that number, 14.3% are black. Now there's no differentiation between male or female, it is just black. But if 54.9% overall are male, you do the math, you add it up. But wait, there's more. Here we have a black woman who is charged with stabbing her husband 140 times. Oh, before you say she did it out of self-defense, no. She stabbed him because he filed for a divorce from her. Here we have another black woman who's charged with killing her boyfriend. And again, before you say she was doing it out of self-defense, she shot him because he was trying to leave her. She also sent a text to his mother prior to shooting him, telling her that she was going to kill her son. Here's another black woman who's charged with shooting her husband while he was in the shower. So the theme here, and I'm going to keep it going with this one, is that this was not done out of self-defense either.
Least one. So here we have a soldier on the front line in the war to eradicate black men right here. Done it before and will do it again. She ain't playing. She ain't playing. Here we go.
Black news.
Yes.
Every 18 minutes, a black guy is now killed by the police.
That's what's up. I think we can get it down to 15.
Blue Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Now you see what the division is. Let me let me say something. Before I play this video, there's times in my life, I was out there, and I had women dog me out. There might be some black women might not even find me attractive. They might think I'm kooky or weird, whatever, weird looking, and probably wouldn't fit somebody type. But I would never sit up there and have much bitterment in my heart to sit up there and say that black women, because they making bad decisions, maybe they should be stopped at the womb. I would never say something like that. I would never ever wish that on an innocent female in a female in her mother's womb, regardless of what the environment is, regardless of what her outcome is, would say something hideous and demonic, what you just heard. And them women who made those statements, God know what they said. And there's going to be circumstances, and every word that they have said is going to come back and come back and visit them. Every word that they said, every word, that's just plain straight up wicked and evil. Just straight up wicked and evil. What person, what human being of any race of human beings on this planet have that much anger towards their men? What race of people? Now, every group of people have differences between the male and the female. They have the agree and their disagreements. Like I say, you have men that cheat. You have some men in all walks of life. There's some lazy men. There's some trifling men. But I never heard a race of men. But even though, and there's some men that is abusive. There's some men that did unjust things of the same race of woman. I have never ever heard any group, whether it's East Indian, Middle Eastern women, any Asian group of women, even there's things with certain Latino and Hispanic groups. And there have been Hispanic women that have been killed at the border. I have never ever heard a Hispanic woman, a Latino woman, said it about her man, that we should abort them. I have never, ever, ever heard something like this. I never heard it from the Chinese. I don't even hear that from African women. African women wouldn't even say something like that. Do sometimes they have little disagreements with their men? Yes, they do. Have their men probably, some men have been a dog and sheep? Yes, they do. But they have never, some men, like in every race of man, there's some dysfunction. But I've never heard something to the degree of evil that coming out of some of these black women in America. I have never, ever, and anybody that would sit on a panel like that and discuss that is something psychologically wrong. And you wondering what type of woman, why some men of our nationality go to other women. If that don't tell you something like that, I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I've heard black men ever said that, hey, I don't like the fake hair, I don't like the attitude, I don't like her weight, and her attitude, her adjustment. That's it. I've never heard a panel, and I've been on many men's panel. I have never ever heard a man been so mad at a black female to the point that they would say, maybe we should, make the women abort the female. I have never I've never heard of something so disgusting in my life. I've never heard that, and regardless of how we come into this environment, whether it's in poverty, whether it's in the hood, whether it's in the fort, whether it's in some whatever impoverished part of the country or in a part of the world, you and regardless of a person's upbringing, regardless of where they come from, you do not speak that over your men in your community. You don't do that. And that's sad that there are black women that are saying that. They are sad that it's black women. Is there some black men that making some bad decisions in life? Yes, they do. But what kind? And there's some like bad black women made some Yes, they do. But even if a bad, even the most worst of the worst, I would worst that. Why would I be so angry at a black woman, a female, to wish death in the womb of her womb, or a future baby girl coming to this world, regardless of where she's born at? And could you imagine some men saying something like this? Imagine a man getting on a panel and saying something like this. You can't. There won't be no men talking like this. No black American men would ever speak on this level. Even some of them that tend to date other women don't even talk like that. Don't even go to the level of wickedness and let that come out their mouth. They just say, they said that I prefer other women because black women, and most times they say black women have an attitude. Black women are mean. Black women have fake hair. I don't like the fake hair. I don't like the tattoos, the rings. That's the only thing I've heard from black men. That they have a personality. They're too over controlling. But never to the point they're saying that but if she's in the womb of her mother, we should have breeding complex. What kind of wicked woman would talk like that? What kind of wicked woman would even speak on a topic like this? These black women in America that talk, the ones that talk like that, should be shamed and banned off the internet. They should be banned. Anybody that talk like that should be banned. In whatever circumstances, they open up the door and their mouth is coming and visiting your door. Look, we've all been hurt, and I've seen some unjust things, and it's sad in the black community. Whether it's the man doing it or whether it's the woman doing it. But I would never, ever say something like that, even if I got to a certain point in demographic in my life, if my finances were 10 times better. I would never say something like that about a black female. Regardless of her personality, regardless of her upbringing, regardless, no one, that just don't even come to mind. You got to be a wicked, evil person to say something like this. And you wondering why black men are going to different women. Dennis Sperling is pointing and they get mad at him and things like that, and even laughed at. And maybe you don't agree with Kevin Samuels, but they got to the point that they so wicked they even laughed at his death. That turned black men away. And even whether it's the black men or any other men will hear something like that, damn, that's some wicked ass stuff. I don't know I have never even heard white women and other women talk about their own men like that. Even the ones that prefer a different race won't even talk something that extreme. And do they get abused Do they get murdered by their spouses? But you'll never hear something like that. You'll never hear something crazy come out of a white male mouth, regardless, even if he's the most chauvinistic pig. This is disgusting, and it's sad. And whoever was on that panel, and this is the reason why. And it's sad that there's some black men that even entertain and gave these women some talking points, because you see what they do. This is ridiculous. I feel like I don't care, man. You're gonna select who do you think you are? You think you some type of god or something like that? Who do you determine who lives and what we should do? Then you put it on the men. You don't put on your responsibility as whatever man you select to lay down with. You got to be a wicked type of woman to talk like that. I'm sorry. You got to be a wicked ass woman. Wicked to the fifth power. But I just wanted to play his and give my talking points. I'm gonna let you. Here's this video because I know he's probably got. But I just wanted to play that segment of it. It talks about his discussion. But you got to be a wicked woman, and it's not time. And he's talking about the women that's probably had that kind of wickedness, because he loved black women. I heard his heart. So I try to talk to them. I try to tell them what they need to do. But it's like you taking it personal. If black men didn't care, it's like, hey, you need to kind of you need to think about it, what you're saying. And if you don't angry, that's why you're gonna hurt yourself, and your very worst is gonna cause you to be alone. Your very worst is gonna make you bitter, and no man is not gonna want you of any nationality. And they see how wicked these and like I said, your Cynthia Jesus, she's the one that start with that notation. And there was another woman, her name is Nyla. She said the same thing. And Red Supreme is on his channel. He was recording this. Heard this woman, he had to record and said this, that black boys need to be aborted. Black boys need to be aborted. Go on Red Supreme's channel, Red Supreme, and see what I'm talking about. He had the record of Nyla said this. This is the one that married to Taz. She said this by married to a black man and having a black son. And that's why she was put off the internet. What kind of woman says that? What kind of a black woman would say something like that? Because you witnessed a few bad men that made bad behavior, and some, unfortunately, it's sad that any woman get abused or get cost of her life, but it's just as sad if it happened to a man. But you are that self-centered as a woman to say something like that, and you wondering why, and then you sit up there and you just revealing how bitter, how evil, how wicked-hearted you are as a woman to say something like that about your own men in your own community, and then put on a public platform like YouTube or other platform, expressing your anger in that situation. It's one thing if you frustrated. I'm all for free speech, but when you start saying that the innocent baby in a mother's womb need to be aborted, maybe we should select. Who do you think you are? You think you're some type of god? And let me tell you something to the women who talk like that. God got a special place for you. For you even saying something like this. Because the very thing it can visit your doorstep. Like I said, I've never ever have women dogged and laughed at me and mocked me. Some black women, I've been rejected by, but I've never been so angry to a point that I wish that I've been so bitter in my heart, so hurt and bitter that I would lash out on the women of my nationality or any other nationality. And you wonder why you're single. Who wants to be around a bitter ass woman? Who wants to be married to a bitter ass woman? An angry, bitter woman who talks like that. Like that one woman that said, like that one woman that Raul said on his channel. There are some black women that have a special kind of stupid that talk like that. You a special kind of stupid. Why are you special kind of stupid? Because you're knocking yourself out of existence. Without the male, there's a female. Every race of people, there's got to be a male and a female. Every race of existence. That don't even make any sense. You even talk like that. Then have the ignorance enough to put it on a public platform. And it's something wrong with some of these women. It's something's really wrong with some of these women's mindset. Who talks like that? Who talks like that? Seriously. That you've been so mad at a woman, mad at a man, that you will arrest the male physical from before he birthed in his mother's womb, that he don't deserve to be in existence. How dare you? You are nobody's God. And like I said, there's a special place for women like that. And I think I had to speak up. Because somebody needed to really hear that influence. And you're going to take out an innocent life, whether it's a male or a female, whether it should be a female instead of a male. And obviously, you're not too bright the way, if you speak like that, you're going to reduce your population. Because anybody knows in a family, whether each generation, you can have a couple and the man was born first, he grows up and gets a woman pregnant. Then the next baby in the womb could be a daughter or a son. Then she grows up, then she has a baby. It can go, the sexes can go both ways to make up a race of women. But you're so angry at your black men. Your black men, that you say something like that. And you make these angry talking points. Thinking that you scorn. And you sound stupid as I don't know what. Any person, even not even of the race, know that that's stupid. You're so intelligent, you're so stupid. What kind of person, if I got that much animosity towards black women to the point that I don't want to see them in existence? Are you serious? Wow. But I just had to get this off. Definitely got to get this off the chest. But I just want to play a segment of his video to show you, let him know, and then he showed the statistics of what the other woman said. That there were black women that were murdering black men for no justificational reasons. Just like any other woman would murder a man for no justificational reasons. And you said that, and there should be more men speaking to women like this. Like I said, too bad we don't have it like in other culture. We should shame them and say, no, you're not coming to our panel. We're not entertaining you. And shun them. That's what black men who got the major platform, you should shun these women. Your Nylas and your Cynthia G's. I wouldn't give them no attention. Because something's sick wrong with these women. And then you have then with Cynthia G, don't she have a male child? Think about it. Think about it. Something, and I don't wish this happened, but see, when you speak out on things, the Lord will let you use your words to come back and hit something close to your family because you spoke out. And I don't wish that on anybody. I won't wish that on no one, or speak on it, or entertain on a platform with anybody that says someone needs to be selected in order to come to this world. Who do you think you are? You're no God. You're not in his position to determine who comes into the earth, where they born, you are no type of God. And just because someone's born into a certain condition or born under a certain family, it doesn't mean it's going to be the end all, the be all. Some people come out of the most dysfunctional families, but God saved them. The Most High God saved them to do something miraculous with them, even though they were born in abusive, even if they were born with some kind of physical, mental, emotional. I say he can clarify it. And no matter what kind of living conditions that there is, even most people went through the most horrible, abusive conditions on this planet that have turned around and be a miracle. Who are you as women on the? Who do you think you are? Who do you think you are? See, that's what's wrong when you have foolish women that talk like that. And this is the reason why I wanted to make this video and saying that's the reason why some black men and some black women in mass numbers are not going to get together. Some will, some won't. Because you got stupid women that talk like that. What does that say to the black men? And therefore, don't give them no protection. And I don't blame them for black men to know. Let them get their ass whooped. Excuse my language. No, you don't get no protection. You don't get no support when the government cutting you away. Since you so Miss Smart. That's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard any person. And there's some things, and like I said, just like I objected to the man that said what he said about his children. But you don't ever say it about your men. And the man was just saying, we just out of their own way. And maybe it may kind of hard to say, look, this is my problem. But I'm going to show you another video why a woman making bad decisions. Let me show you this video. This is Phil Scott. I'm going to show you this video.
Building and protecting wealth is more daunting than ever.
They need to make better decisions.
Global market volatility,
and don't think about
losses and rising
this.
Inflation have left investors with few.
Thank you for tuning in to the Philip Scott Show. My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a proud contributor. So today I have a video for you, and I'm going to go ahead and roll that clip, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Oh, that night, man, but your girl okay. It wasn't a plan, but your girl, skate the beat, carry the bus like great the free.
So apparently, this is a flex. So why is that a good thing? Why is that something that we are promoting? And I don't care what anyone says, but I think we need to bring back shame. I think we do, because a lot of people feel like they should not be ashamed of something. And for the people who say, because I hear this, I see this a lot, I hear it a lot. Why does it matter? It's their business. If it was their business and they only wanted people to mind their own business and not theirs, why are they posting it? If you post it on a public forum, then you want it to
Thank
be our
you.
business. You want us to comment on it.
Thank you.
And as a contributor, I'm going to comment on it. And I think that we should bring back shame. And shame
Yes.
should be loud and clear, right? Because a lot of times we want to hint it and then not say it. And so this is not to make people feel bad about having children, because I have children, as you can see right over here. I have 3, right? But the problem is we're okay with being 23 years old and having 7 children by different fathers. We think that this is something that's something to flex. This is something that's a good idea, and it's not. Because again, beauty fades. So the fact that you look good now, that doesn't speak volumes over your mindset.
Thank you.
So just the clip alone allows me to see that your mindset is flawed. You think it's okay to have all these children and multiple fathers, and then there's people in the comments saying, well, the children look healthy and you look good, mama. They may physically look healthy, but are they mentally healthy? Right? Because a lot of times we don't see this manifesting till the children are older. We don't see that people have trauma until they're older. They're having issues with their identity because their father wasn't around.
Exactly.
Or because of the type of lifestyle that either one of the parents had. We see that then they don't know how to properly deal with relationships. And then when they become in relationships, we're wondering why men are emotionally unavailable. We're wondering why men are not liking women. We're wondering why women are tired of men, because they're going to see, hey, mama over here felt like she didn't need a man. And kudos for women who don't need men, but the issue is not just the fact that you're independent, it's the fact that you feel that you don't need a man, except but to give you babies. But not his last name, but just babies. Right? And then we wonder why, we have to deal with the child care system, the custody, and all of the child support and all of these things. It's because of the choices that we have made in society and the lack of shame that we give people. So, if we say, let's take away shame, so now people feel good about what they do. They don't see any issues with the decisions that they're making because it's okay. But it's not okay. 23 years old with 7 children from multiple, right? So people say, well, would it be better if it was one? No, it would be better if that was her husband.
Right.
Right? And yes, we all have made different mistakes in this world. So, but the issue is, after child number 1, she didn't learn.
Right.
And 2, and 3,
Right.
and 4, and 5, and 6.
Exactly.
So look how many
Exactly.
years of mistake after mistake after mistake
Exactly.
she's made. And if she's 23 with this many kids, so imagine, right? That means from teens all the way to now. What? So we think it's okay now to have teen pregnancy and then continue to have it, especially now we have TV shows called, Teen Moms and 16 and Pregnant, and we are okay with that. We think that that's cute because these people are making money by being a teen mom. Do you think the mindset of modern women and that men, because men are impregnating these women, do you think that there's something going on with today's society and how we view relationships?
Exactly.
How we, view the idea of pregnancy over marriage? Because a lot of people say, well, I don't want to get married because I don't want this person ruining my life and this and that. But marriage, you can get a divorce. And I'm not making light of marriage because I've been married for over 12 years. But with marriage, you can cut ties. You have children. The bond is stronger because even after the child turns 18, you still need to somehow be connected with the parent and the child. Whether in divorce, if you didn't have those things, you can go your separate ways. A lot of people think it's so much easier to just have children rather than get married. But being married is not as big of a commitment as bringing life into the world. And what we fail to realize is it can bring trauma to the kids, not knowing their identity, why their dad wasn't there, why the parents make the choices that they made, which resulted in them growing up the way they did. And then they internalize that and they need healing, because it's not just women that need healing, it's men that need healing too.
Right.
And that's why people are making the choices that they're making. Because how they grew up. So now what are going to happen with these type of children? How are they going to grow up? How are they going to internalize relationships? You tell me.
Thank you. I couldn't say it better than that. I'm going to show you a short version of this. Of bad decisions.
Employment taxes are one of the biggest targets of the
And
IRS.
the women need to take account about what kind of men you do. And it's not the kid's fault.
The IRS is going to come after you. On top of that,
this is part of the video I made before. What she talking about. They won't take decision. If you're gonna have sex, wear contraceptive. That's all what it is. So this won't happen.
New breed, global truth. Mic check, what up? Today, we gotta discuss modern men. Oh yeah. You know, sometimes I think that men of the Bible, or at least men who believe in the scriptures, I believe we're sent forth to balance out the universe. Seriously, I really believe that. I think all you chosen ones are born to be a silver lining. Now, you know, normally I talk about the modern woman. So some of y'all are probably surprised to see a title video about the modern man. But better believe there ain't no hypocrisy on this side. There's no hypocrisy going on this channel. And if something crossed my paths that warrants a response, better believe we'll talk about it. No doubt about it. Modern men gotta do better. And for individuals who used to get in my comment section talking about, when I talk about modern women, I sound like Kevin Samuels. Let me clear this up. Kevin Samuels sounds like everybody else, or sounded like everybody else. Alright? Kevin Samuels, for your information, I was around longer than Kevin Samuels. Just because Kevin Samuels had a bigger platform doesn't mean somebody's trying to replicate or duplicate somebody's style. I think a lot of people forget that Kevin Samuels rose to prominence rather quickly. And, you know, he passed away rather quickly. But I've been talking about modern men, modern women for years now. Anyway, I thought I'd just bring that up, right? Because there's a lot of people who don't know their YouTube history and they just be talking. But I want to talk about these modern men, bro. So I was scrolling through the internet. I was on IG and I went to Comedian Earthquake's channel or platform. And this guy, he's sitting here in his car and he just starts spewing out some rhetoric here about his children's mothers. And I couldn't be more disgusted or embarrassed. It was like second-hand degree embarrassment. Seriously, it was horrible what I heard coming out of this man's mouth. And you know I'm tough on a modern woman. And I sit up here and I analyze what's being said, and I try to vouch for a lot of the brothers. But listen, we're in a point in time where some of these men are just straight up weirdos. Some of these modern men, they jump off the deep end. They went from one extreme to the next. And accountability and responsibility is not there. It's not there. And you can't talk about the modern woman if you don't take accountability and responsibility for your own damn actions. Seriously. So with no further ado, I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna chime in and react, right? Peep this, y'all. Man with 7 baby mamas says he will not help support any of the children because he told the women upon pregnancy that he did not want to be a father. Now I'm gonna go ahead and play this and chime in.
And 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live, telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father.
Sir, you are a deadbeat. If you don't want to be a father, you shouldn't be out here getting it in, bro. You shouldn't be having sex, period. If you don't want to be a father, you shouldn't be having sex, period. On top of that, the women who heard your disclaimer that you laid down with couldn't have been of any value. Because they heard that disclaimer and they dealt with you nonetheless. So don't think for a second I'm not holding these women accountable. It is what it is. But the fact that you being a man, you're the one who carried the seed. You're the one who, getting it in. You're the one who is.
It's a scary time for investing. Here's the secret. There's a different one.
Who is, for lack of better terms, your soldiers are swimming in these women. You dealing with, quote unquote, from what it looks like from the outside, you dealing with jump balls and you going raw doggy. You going raw doggy in jump balls, bro. Like, you should have kept this to yourself.
Thank you.
And I hate to call your children's mothers jump offs, but that's how you propagated them on social media.
Right.
Because any woman with any sense or integrity whatsoever would not allow you to inseminate them when you said you didn't want to be a father. This also points to the toxic mentality of the caliber of women that you choose. So let me get this right. You're a grown man who don't want to be a father, but you can't control yourself. And you going in all of these quote unquote jump offs, raw doggy. All these women who lack character, all these women who more than likely are insecure. Because any woman that'll deal with you and let you go up in her with no protection after you said you don't want any children has issues. And this goes to show that a lot of these women do gravitate towards the toxic Pookie and Ray Ray type of brothers. Dude, you are a whoremonger, sir.
Exactly.
Do you know how bad this looks? And listen, let me put this out here. I believe in polygyny. If this man had 7 wives with 7 children, and he was in all of these women's lives and in these children's lives, you wouldn't hear New Breeze saying not one word about his situation. You wouldn't hear me say anything about this. But these are the type of people who get plastered on social media. These are the type of people who are given platforms. These are the type of people who go viral. And social media makes sure these people go viral because it makes all of us melanated men who would actually take responsibility for our duties. It makes all of us look horrible. This is terrible. Anyway, allow me to continue.
To these children, if I offer to pay for the abortion, majority.
So you have no respect for yourself, have no respect for your children's mothers. You are a murderer. You are quick to write off your own seed. You have absolutely no type of shame. You have no dignity. Dude, you trifling as hell, bro. I mean, you are trifling, bro. Like, you the epitome of a Pookie or a Ray Ray. Seriously.
Yeah.
Yo, Blake, thanks for the 5. Says, honestly feel bad for the kids. We don't choose our parents. Dude needs to step up.
Exactly.
Most High don't want people like this spreading seeds. Absolutely, this is a damn shame, because here's the thing. It seems that the men who have the wherewithal to at least inseminate these women, meaning they have the genetics, they have the biochemical marker, they have testicular fortitude in that manner to be able to produce children. This is the route they're taking because society has been so morally degraded to the point where this is the route that they take, because there's so many women out here who are single. There's so many women out here who are, for lack of better terms, there's a lot of desperation going on that people don't speak about, but it's true. Don't let people fluff it up for you. Don't let people give you the mirage and the illusion that these women are all happy living their best life because they're able to get all this attention when they go out. No, the pick of the litter is actually very thin. It seems like a lot of the women are chasing the same type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why we're supposed to be practicing polygyny as a nation. This is why ladies are supposed to be gravitating towards righteous men who want to step up and be fathers to their children. Mm-hmm. It's a damn shame when you got men out here running from their responsibilities as a father, not giving a damn how these children grow up. You guys who have this mentality, you're the reason why our community.
I believe that God created you for a specific purpose. He's called you to do something on this earth.
The reason why our community is where it's at. You're the reason why all of the death and the destruction and the despair and the poverty and the murders, you're the reason why all this is happening, because these youngins is growing up with no fathers. Because they got pieces of shit like you as sperm donors. Joseph Milligan, man, thanks for the 20. I appreciate the support, fam.
What of your time, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B.
So let me get this right. He said most of the time they would take the abortion or they would take the plan B. So what you're saying is there are more women that are victimized from you. You're saying there's more women than these 7 women that you got with, and you had them take birth control, or you had them march down to the clinic and terminate their pregnancy. Now, we talk about abortion and how it is pretty much genocide to our nation. But we don't talk about the callous, cold-hearted, calculated demons that's put in our community that are getting with these women and doing the unthinkable. See, here's the thing. A lot of these men understand that women, their thought process can be in reverse. If you tell them one thing, they'll try to do the other. These women these days like to challenge you brothers. So a lot of these guys are running around using reverse psychology. They'll tell you things such as, I never wanted to be a father. I had a rough childhood. Oh man, I grew up, I went through it. I just don't want to be a father. And then you thinking, in your mind, what you just heard in your mind, because this is how distorted society has made these women. They thinking in their mind, okay, well, I'm gonna change that. It's like y'all ladies got fixin' ninja syndrome. Like when a man speaks certain words and they come out of his mouth, take them serious.
Mm-hmm.
When they let you know that they're a devil and those horns come out, ladies, let that man go.
Mm-hmm.
Don't deal with that gentleman. Don't
Mm-hmm.
Not even a gentleman. Don't deal with that piece of shit. No more. That's a trifling guy right there. Somebody said in the chat, you can't fix stupid. Real talk.
Yeah.
But this is a crying shame.
But only these 7 have kept these children.
But only these 7 have kept these children. Only these 7 women, only these 7 have kept these children. Sir, you are a serial killer, sir. Second Timothy 3:2 says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemous, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God. This man has no natural affection. Not for the women that he's dealing with, not for his own seeds. What kind of man can look his children in the eyes and not feel that love and not want to embrace those children and raise them and guide them and lead them in the right direction?
I said the same thing.
That's if this selfish piece of shit even spent the time to go to the hospital and see these children born, or, pick them up sometimes, or go see these children. That's even if he even got that far. This man here is a whoremonger who's going to get the lake of fire.
Mm-hmm.
All you manosphere people and all of you individuals out there who are quote-unquote red pill, I really hope
Congress has just passed a new bill allowing Americans and U.S. residents to claim up to...
I'm gonna leave it right here. He's absolutely right. It's just foul, man. It's some foul stuff, and even as men, that foul have that kind of mindset, and that's what's wrong. You got some individuals that, like they said, there's no shame in the black community. I mean, it was a time that, the history of black people in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, and 50s, 60s, they ain't had that kind of mindset. How can you be proud to be black and be like that? How could you be proud as a black man or black? And like I said earlier, with the woman saying like that, you killing off your own and gonna take out something that was supposed to carry on your name and your legacy. And he don't want to carry on. He don't want nothing to carry his name and legacy. Wow. What? Wow, just a piece of waste. He's right. He's absolutely. I agree with New Breed on this one. And it's just sad, like the women I said earlier. You got some black people that don't like their own selves. That's a shame. And you got some people in the community like that, and and maybe it's a good thing that God is exposing them. Let them expose themselves. So it should tell people that come across people like that, that when their face is plastered all over social media, when you see this person, stay away from them. And I pray that he don't. That's the type of man don't even go overseas. I hope he don't go to one of those other countries and doing that to their women, because he gonna be in for a rude awakening. I hope he don't. That's the type of black man. I hope he don't go overseas. I hope he don't, because we already carrying up low as it is, and that's the kind they talk about. They make you, and let me say this before you go. That's why you are painted as a stereotype. Oh, they're good to make babies like bunnies. I heard someone said that one time, and so that's what they think of some black people in the community as irresponsible, make kids and be irresponsible. And you know they put you as the face of the crap. This is what it is. This stuff is embarrassing. This stuff is really embarrassing. It really is, man. And these black men are trying to clean it, be productive role models and clean the image up. And you got idiots like that's setting this back. That's why half of them, you brothers, that got the right mind, you good-hearted brothers out there that want children and want wives, man, I'm with you, bro. Man, if you got a chance to leave this country, leave it. And I hope when you get to another country that they will see the better representation of us. And he was saying, if a black woman leave, that they see the better representation of her. Because this is crazy, man. And it's sad that we live in a supremacist society that think that's entertainment. And that's, see, you don't want to get with these people. They don't realize when they see you because in the segment of this society, they see black people as a whole. Until you prove your character, you got knuckleheads like this. That all women is going like, oh, see, I told you the black men like that. That's what makes me mad. And it's good brothers like myself from all walks of life. They might stay clear because you got these ignorant women try to put that in their head. And he just make the stereotype. This the kind of black men that set with this that makes us look bad. Having a negritude attitude. And that's not black pride. That's not black culture. That's not black culture. That's not black American culture. That's not black responsibility. Nobody ever had that irresponsibility. Even if they had a child out of wedlock, there were black men that would step up and take care of their kids. Even in past times. Now, you got ignorant individuals like this. He's a waste of a sperm. But I pray that his kids don't have to suffer because of what he had to go through. He should be ashamed. And I feel bad for anybody that's related to that fucker. Excuse my language. But anyway, I'm going to end this video. But yeah, it's sad, man. That's why black men and black men as well as black women talking like that. That's why I said, you got people that talking like that, you're going to be out of existence. That's why the race is going to another race. We're going into another race because of mindsets like that. That's the truth. At least you got a segment of people to understand. It don't have to be like that, but unfortunately, you got people in the masses are like that in America, and probably a couple other places. But anyway. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video and just kind of show you the reality. And you black men, you good black men, please, when you go overseas, you know, to do the right thing.